Hello, everyone. I know we don't have a live stream today scheduled. I just wanted to do one because it's our off week, and yeah, how are you all doing? I'll just do a short Q&A today. So I just wanted to say hi. I know you guys aren't expecting a live stream today. Welcome, Kate June, Lauren Wilson, Ivy, Rebecca, Sanhua Club, Julia, Stesia. If you could go back in time and change some learning tips from when you first start learning Korean, what changes would you make? Tina, hello. Yeah, I don't expect, there might be only a few people today because there's no lesson planned. So it's not a lesson today. So some people might be coming in. They're like, what's going on, Billy? There's no lesson today, or what's the lesson about? Well, there is no lesson today. It's just a Q&A for fun. So you can ask me whatever you want to know. Nick M asked, what would I change? Back when I first started learning Korean, what would I change? I would have not learned so many vocabulary right off the bat because I remember that I have I still have it. My original study notebook, I had like so many words that I wrote down that I wouldn't be able to show it because it wouldn't show up on the resolution. But I have so many words that I wrote down when I was studying Korean that are useless that I wish that I not necessarily, I don't wish that I didn't learn them, but I wish that I had only learned words that I could make sentences with. So if I could go back, I would change things so that I only learned words, like every time I learned a new vocabulary word, make sure that I can actually use it and make an example sentence with it, even if it's short. Like if I'm learning 고양이, I don't have to make some complicated thing like the cat dove into the swimming pool and I don't have to do something. I would just do something like, I pet the cat, or I met a cat, I saw a cat, 고양이를 봤어요. Something really simple. 길거리에서, on the streets, something like that. I would have gone back and done that because I learned so much vocabulary that I had no use for. CM Lady, nice surprise. Yes, welcome. I can read and write Korean, but when it comes to listening, it's hard for me to understand. The sounds mush together. Sanhua Club. So you're saying you feel like your reading and writing is intermediate high level, but you can't understand any listening. Well, I think you can answer that question yourself. I don't mean this like in a rude way. I mean, I think you probably could answer the question yourself. Why do you think you're not able to understand Korean if you're able to read and write it? I think you just need more listening practice. I think you haven't heard much Korean at all, is what I'm guessing. Maybe you don't watch that many TV shows, or you're not that much into music. And that was me. I didn't watch many Korean shows either, and I didn't listen to very much Korean music or watch any movies. I got my exposure mostly, I like, through just talking with friends. I think you just need more opportunities to listen to Korean, because if it's true you do understand the writing to that level, then you would be able to understand the speaking to that level, but you can't, you said. So you just need more practicing with listening. So listen to more Korean, watch more Korean shows, listen to Korean podcasts as much as you can. What is 받아서? Are you talking about like 받다, like to receive, like 받아서, like receiving something and then 받아서, immediately after getting it, doing something else? But that would just be a piece of a sentence. I'm not sure what you're asking. Why do you wear the same shirt in all your videos? Connecting, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I have lots of shirts. I don't know what you're talking. I have lots of shirts. Look, I have this shirt. I wear this shirt sometimes. I have this shirt. Look at this. This is totally different. I wear this shirt sometimes. I have another one. Look, you see it's long sleeves. Look at this. And this is just some of my shirts. Look, and then I have this one. Look, short sleeves, obviously different color. Gosh, I don't understand the question. And see, that's at least 5. Are you happy now? Let's see. Welcome. Yes, for all of those of you who are just coming in first time, hey, there's not a lesson today. I just wanted to do a live stream today. So I thought about this in the morning. I was thinking, I'm not doing too much today. Let's just do a live stream. So that's why I'm here. So I'm just going to be answering questions for about half an hour, and then I'll take off. just until, let's say, just until about 4 o'clock. Is there a difference between kiruda and kyuda? Yeah, those are completely different. Check them out on Naver Dictionary. You'll see some examples with them. Is it more common to use sumnida or oyo ending with your Korean professor? You know it under a semester. Uses both endings. Oh, if the professor uses those endings to you, you should imitate at least that level that they're using. Because it would sound rude if a professor is saying like, something 합니다 or sumnida, but then you reply with yo, like 그래요. If they're saying 그렇습니까 or 그렇습니다. So yeah, you want to at least match their politeness level. If the teacher was only using yo form to you and you feel like you know them kind of okay, then you could probably get away with just using yo form and honorifics. But whatever you use, make sure you're still using honorifics with them. Even if you were just using the yo form, make sure it's always seyo, not just like heyo. So yeah. Any tips on understanding, Sefer Adshid, any tips on understanding advanced grammar and use? Or how to understand more complex sentences? Just learning the grammar. Like, you won't be able to understand the sentences unless you know the grammar. And the sentence is just grammar put together. That's all a sentence is. So if you don't know the grammar to begin with, you won't be able to understand the sentence, and vice versa. If you do know all of the grammar, you can understand a sentence, because that's all the sentence is, with the exception of vocabulary words and stuff. So understanding advanced grammar, the tips I would give is the harder the grammar gets. Like when you start actually learning advanced grammar, we did one lesson last week, semchida, semida. That stuff I'd consider pretty much like at least in the beginning of advanced, the realm of advanced grammar. Stuff that you see it, but it's not so commonly used and it's not so easy to use. You need lots and lots of sentences to get to that stuff. So yeah, just more sentences, more examples, because that stuff it's less intuitive. It's less easy to understand the first time you hear it. It takes more practice. And the only practice you can get with that is hearing it used in more sentences. So yeah. How to improve speaking confidence when there's no one to practice with? Your question sounds to me like you're saying, how can I get better at speaking when I'm not speaking? And the answer is, you need to speak. So you're not going to get better at speaking without speaking. That's just the fact. Like, you're not going to get better at Korean without studying. You're not going to learn grammar without learning grammar. So you have to speak it. You have to find pen pals. You can find them online. So HelloTalk and Tandem are 2 good apps for that. But you're not going to get better at Korean unless you're actually using it. The lesson is there is no lesson. Yes. What's the difference between o and u? Haukukumo. Yeah. The first one is o. Like, you can remember it like an oak tree because it looks like a tree going up. O. You make your mouth into like an O shape. It's a very O sound. The next one is u. U. They use that u in like emojis to make it look like you're an eye, like the eyes are closed and a tear is coming down. So it's like ooh, like you're crying. So o, u. They sound very different, at least to an English speaker. I'm not sure, maybe if you're not a native English speaker, maybe in your language they're more similar, but to an English speaker they're very different. 잘 하고 있어요? I can tell you something. You don't want to say 잘 하다 means doing something well, like literally 잘, well, 하다, to do. So 잘 하고 있어요 means, is she doing something well? Not is she doing well, as in is she well? For asking is someone well, you use 지내다, not 하다. 지내다. So that's, the expression 잘 지내요, 잘 지내, 잘 지냈어, 잘 지내세요, 잘 지내고 있어요. Are you doing well? That's what they use. 지내다, not 하다. 하다 is when you're actually doing an action, not like how are you doing? That's different. And that's just an idiom in English. You can also just use 있다 if you want to flat out ask how are you, not how are you doing, but just how are you. And this is casual, so don't use this. Don't use this to people you're speaking politely with, but for friends, you can say 잘 지내, or you can say 잘 있어, 잘 있어, or is that person, he or she, are they 잘 있어, 있어요, like that. It just means to exist, to be. Like, are they surviving? Are they okay in that sense? Yeah, Kit, she's doing pretty well. Hey, Kit, you say hi. Say hi to the people on camera. Yeah. There you go. What's that? Yeah. I told them. Yeah. Yeah, chineda. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just telling her she had heard that and she was like, make sure you tell them that it's chineda and not hada. Yeah, I just told them, Kike, you should listen to me too, not just them. Okay. Okay. 말씀. 말씀, they technically can be both. Well, it's a polite word. I'll just say that to keep things simple. Um, you can. It's most often used when you're talking about like what they said itself is important. You want to like make what the words themselves to be kind of important. It's not used that commonly. Usually just Maya is going to be okay. But in formal situations, yes, you want to use 말씀 wherever possible. Can I place any verb ending with 세요? Nope. How many years did you begin speaking confidently? I mean, nonstop. I was speaking Korean somewhat after a few months, but that happens if you're living in Korea and you're immersed in the language. Speaking well, I'm not sure exactly. It's hard to pinpoint because sometimes you feel like, oh, I had a great conversation, but then you think and you realize all you talked about was like, how are you? What are you doing? Why did you learn Korean? Because everyone asks, why are you learning Korean? And then you realize, well, I couldn't talk about anything else. I could only talk about this. So with basic conversation, like someone you'd say hi to on the street or someone you'd just get introduced to, a few months, but it wasn't anything complicated. Good sources for listening practice. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Jordy Kroon. I don't want to get too far behind in the chat. I feel bad if I don't read the chat, but I feel worse if I'm like a mile behind. Are you still planning to go to Korea this month or is your trip delayed? I'll get back to you. Do you read comments to help you keep up modern day slang? I don't. Hi from Brazil. So I've been studying Korean for 2 years and I try to feel I'm not improving. Get out of the basic level. Basic. Okay. Beginner level. Just, yeah, that's not really a plateau. There's an intermediate plateau when you reach the intermediate level where it feels like it's hard to get out of it. The beginner level, there's no such plateau. Just simply study more. Up however much you're studying. If you're only doing like 10 minutes a day, well, try doing a half hour a day. If you're not doing any practice, try adding in some practice. If you've been using one resource, try switching to a different resource. That's all I can recommend. But you don't have to worry about getting stuck in the beginner level. It's just study more to get out of it. The intermediate level, however, is where you can actually get stuck, I'd say. 좋아요 means to be good. Why do we hear people say it means to like? Good question. 좋다 and 좋아하다 are different verbs. 좋다 just means to be good. There is a longer explanation that actually I can tell you how 좋다 is connected to 좋아하다. They are the same originally, but we're not going to go into that today. 좋다 means to be good, and it's used with any marker, but not the object marker. It's not used with or le. So you wouldn't say like 철수, the guy 철수, le, 좋아요 wouldn't make any sense. Because it's a descriptive verb, it means to be good. That would be like saying, I, 철수, to good him. I good him a lot. Doesn't make any sense. 좋아하다, however, is to like, so you can use the 좋아하다 with this. If you want to use it to say to be good, you can use it with the subject marker, among others, but typically use with the subject marker. So you'd say 철수가 좋아요. 철수가 좋아요. So 철수 subject marker, 좋아요. Literally, 철수 is good, but if you were to add in this, 저는 or 나는, as for me, 저는 철수가 좋아. 철수가 좋아요. 난 철수가 좋아. Literally, you're saying, as for me, 철수's good. And that's one way of that Korean people will also say, I like something. Or you can just say directly, I like 좋아하다 with 좋아해요, like that. So they're both okay. 좋다 and 좋아하다. 좋아하다. Apologies for my messy writing. I'm trying to be fast. 좋다, to be good. 좋아하다, literally to like. So if you want to say I like it, or you want to just say, oh, it's good, I like it because it's good, just different emphasis. 좋아하다 is more direct. This is more indirect, saying your opinion about something. All right, but I can go into that in a different lesson in more detail. 이젠 문법보다 단어를 기억하는 거 더 어려워지고 있는 것 같아요. 근데 뭔가 tips 있으면 알려주세요. What kind of tips are you looking for, Sanu? Memorizing vocabulary. Well, Sanu, I was talking before you came in, with someone saying that the best way to learn vocabulary and the way that I wish I had learned vocabulary is knowing how to use all that vocabulary that you're learning. So even today, if I learn a new vocabulary word, I did learn a new one. I learned today. No, actually, this was yesterday. 산후조리, which means postnatal care. So there's prenatal care and there's postnatal care. So I learned the word for postnatal care today or yesterday or whatever. And then you think about, oh, how would you make a sentence with that? Well, let's go get postnatal care. Or are you doing postnatal care? You know, like that. Make sure you can actually use the word in a sentence that makes sense. That's the best way to memorize vocabulary, because you can just do flashcards and memorize the word. But even if you have the word in your head, it's useless if you can't use it in a sentence. So if you're wondering about flashcards, I recommend paper flashcards. But if you have too many, then use Anki or some sort of like memorize or something like that for memorizing vocab. Oh, Grant James. Taekwondo. Yeah. It has a side shield in it. An invisible side shield. Taekwondo. I have a Korean friend streamer in Twitch. Oh, really? Could you possibly explain the difference between 돌아가다, to go back, to return. 돌아가다, to go back. 돌아오다, to come back. The 돌아 part comes from the turning back, like the moving part. So it's moving, 가다, there, going back, like he left. He's away from me. He went somewhere. And 오다, coming to my location, or to whoever's location you're talking about in this example. So it's just in English, go or come. That's it. Have you had your hair? Oh yeah, I did. I got a haircut a week ago or so, I think. My hair always looks weird whenever I take off my hat. But yeah, I got a haircut because it was getting a bit too long. So I'll have to get another haircut after a month. How much did you study Korean per day? I used to study Korean over 8 hours a day, if you include practicing. These days, I guess preparing lessons counts, because I still I'll make videos, and while for making videos, I'll study. I also do about an hour a day of other speaking practice. I'll do chat conversations with my Korean friends that I have going on all the time. Let's see, even here's one right here. I don't want to show you my personal phone, but I have right now 1, 2, 3 conversations going on in Korean. And those are just constant. So it'll be someone will chat with me and then they'll get busy and I'll talk to someone else. So you always want to have exposure to Korean. So yeah, I don't really know how I would count how much time I spend doing Korean study now. I agree that the chunking method helps more since you're learning to speak in sentences. 8 hours a day. Yeah, you might think that 8 hours a day is impossible. And if you're going to school full time or if you work full time, it is impossible. But if you're just kind of a lazy college student like I was, it's more than possible. And if you have no hobbies other than, if you have no aspirations other than to learn Korean and you're in Korea, then it's totally possible too. So yeah, that was pretty much my life. And I had a lot of fun learning Korean. I really enjoyed doing, it's not sitting down and studying for 8 hours like you saw my video I uploaded. It's not that for 8 hours. That would probably be 1 to 2 hours. So what I did in a video would be a typical study session that I would do. I wouldn't usually do news articles, but it would be like grammar or something like that. And then I would go on to do maybe a little bit of only vocabulary memorization. Had I made a longer study video, you would have seen me use my quiz method, which I did in a video 7 years ago, where I make a quiz for memorizing the vocabulary that I learned that day. Then after that, it would be conversation practice. So that would be like messaging, chatting, perhaps a voice call or video call or something like that. And then after that would be reading some sort of book. So I'd pick out whatever, boring Korean book or, maybe news article or something like that afterward. And then they would be back again to more grammar stuff. So anyway, to change day by day, like, oh, today I feel like I really want to get better at this grammar. So then I would just only do grammar forms and stuff for several hours before doing vocabulary. But every day had vocabulary in it. What part of learning Korean did you find the most difficult to wrap your head around? Grammar. Within grammar, I had a really hard time learning honorifics. It took a long time for me to feel comfortable with them. And then other basic things that all you guys have had issues with, I've probably had the same issues, like learning topic markers, object markers, subject markers, all that stuff, because it doesn't exist in English. Trying to learn the difference between different particles, like why do you use a on a location, but also uro on a location, and sometimes there's an object on a location. Just learning those differences and verb endings. When do I use this verb ending and what does it mean? And just kind of internalizing what every single ending felt like. Because even if I knew the meaning of it, I didn't really know how I could use it naturally because I couldn't feel that. So just lots of practicing. Lots and lots of practicing. The more practice you can get, the better. 그래서 and 그러니까. 그래서 is used just to say therefore or so. 그러니까 is when you're like connecting something previously that you said with a new thought. Kind of like saying, you see, like I told you, or therefore, as a result of that, something else happened. Whereas 그래서 is just more like like a formal form almost sounding. 그러니까 could also be like, aren't you listening to what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you this. I did the video for let's do it. I mean, no, not let's do it. Just do it. Just do it. I did like a Korean version of that a few years ago. And in there, I think one of the lines is like, 그러니까 그냥 해. Like, so just do it. And it's more of a connector. Like, therefore, after with everything that I've told you, now listen to this. 그냥 해. Just do it. So 그러니까. So whereas 그래서 is like, therefore, here is the point I am making. 그래서, as a result of that, so, therefore, it has a different feeling to it. It's more of a grammatical type of thing. And 그러니까 also is a little bit more casual sounding, if you want to compare them that way. 그래서 is less casual than 그러니까. Probably talking a little bit too much for this short Q&A, but 그러니까, that's why. That could be a way to think of it too. Yeah, that's why. What's the best way to know you're pronouncing words correctly if you don't have Korean friends? Koreans are not common where you live and can't afford paying for online lessons. Well, how are you going to... Then who's going to tell you? If you're saying you don't have Korean friends, you can't make Korean friends, and you can't get Korean friends online, then who else could I suggest? Online friends. They're free. You can make online friends on the internet, and they can correct it for you. You don't have to pay them anything. Just teach them some English. Learning 50 vocabs. Did you study for an hour and then test yourself, or was it a test about what you remembered from writing it twice? The video explains it, how I do that, actually. I would just keep making those tests. So if you watch the video and you see that I made 1 or 2 tests, in reality, I would have about 4 tests because the video is for 50 words, but I would actually push to do, it sounds ridiculous now, but I would actually push to write and test myself on 1 to 200 words a day. Yeah. Of course, I wouldn't learn the 100 to 200 words a day, and I knew that. That was okay. My goal with that was just to learn as much as possible. So even though I would end up forgetting, say 20, 30% a week later, I would still have all of those other ones that I did remember. And that method was great, but I wish that in addition to that, I also knew how to use the words. Because sometimes I'd learn words, I couldn't even use it. So like, for example, try to think of, okay, 안전벨트, is safety belt. 안전 safety belt, 벨트. So I would learn 안전벨트. So, okay, now I know how to say seatbelt. Well, great. I didn't know how to say put on a seatbelt. I didn't know it was 안전벨트를 매다. Or, there could be other words for that. Or even 하다, to do up the seatbelt. So I didn't know that. So I had this word seatbelt. So if someone's like, blah, 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 seatbelt, blah, blah, I'm like, oh, they're talking about putting on a seatbelt. Great. But I couldn't make that sentence myself. So I wish I had known how to do that type of stuff. And then learn the vocabulary, and then it would have been much better. Small, you didn't forget about the live stream. There was no live stream today. This is just a spontaneous live stream to surprise you guys. There is no live stream today. There's no lesson. How to improve listening ability? Yeah, I had mentioned that already before. I just said basically summarizing was listen more. You need more practice. So podcasts, TV shows, literally everything is going to be practice for listening so that you can at least catch up your listening with what you know for reading and writing. The kids praise me for my Korean vocabulary and understanding their Korean, but when I try to make sentences, I struggle. Well, in reality, they're being polite because Koreans will tell you you have great Korean if you just say 안녕하세요 to them. If you just say, oh, 안녕하세요, like that, they'll say, wow, your Korean's great. Because they're surprised, they're impressed, they're happy for you. They want you to keep learning Korean, and they just feel like, they'll feel like, what's the word? Emotionally impressed that you're learning their language. So, yeah, be careful when you hear compliments from Korean. It might be just they're saying it to be polite, or they're just so happy that you're speaking anything. But to get better at your sentence making, you just need to study grammar and practice using that grammar. There's not really a secret. 극하니까. Yeah, 경상. How did you know when you reached a conversational level? Well, conversational level is not that high, just being able to hold a conversation. But conversational level about every topic would be more like fluency, and that can take years. But just a basic conversational level you could probably reach in maybe half a year or a year if you're living in Korea, or if you're just studying Korean all the time wherever you are. 너라면? Yeah, Yeonjun, you're asking about several different things stuck together. If it's you, 너라면, that's 이라면. That's from 이다 to be, and 면, if. So it's literally, if it is you. 너란 걸 is 너라고 한 걸. So something called you, or what it is to be you. So you, in quotes, kind of like that. But without any other context, I can't tell you further because I can tell that's a clip from a song. I can remember new vocab. Oh, let me see here. Uju. 안녕하세요. Uju. Uju is my good friend. I didn't expect her to show up here. Hey, Billy, do you have any recommendations on remembering grammar? I don't have any Korean friends that can't seem to find a language partner. Will making sentences be enough? Okay. Find a language partner. Get HelloTalk or Tandem, or use websites, Conversation Exchange, Interpals. You can search just Korean pen pals into Google. Any app, there are lots of them. There's even another one I found. I don't remember the name. B something. Anyway, there's a bunch of apps you can get for pen pals. Any of them. Even I heard Tinder is okay for finding friends for practicing Korean. I'm not sure. Whatever you want. Find a Korean app. Whoa, James. 1 second, James. I like coughing. Yeah, get a language partner and practice. James, you don't have to pay me. I'm just doing a Q&A today. Well, you don't have to pay me anyway normally, but wow. James, I didn't expect I'd be writing any donations on the board today. Today was just a hold on. Let me put this on. Okay, we got our red color. Gems. I gotta do a dance. Hold on. Okay. Well, now the Okay, now today's live stream was financially a good option. I was like, I'm just doing a live stream today. I'm not gonna get any donations. We're just doing questions today. Cool, thanks, James. I appreciate it. You didn't have to, but thanks. Can a noun ever end a sentence? Sure, it could. Yeah, James just killed me. 맞아, 한국 사람들은 외국인이 먼저 인사하면 뭐 신기해하면서 잘 대응해 줄 겁니다. 정화리, I think you're Korean. Is not o. Yeah. And someone asked above the difference between all and o. Yeah, those are also quite different. These ones I had I don't even need to write it I'll just write it like this. These ones I had a really hard time with these, especially. And I was living around Busan. So they really don't even care about this so much there. They pretty much do everything like so. Yeah, it's kind of like everything's kind of like this. But yeah, this one's o, like oak tree. You can remember it looks like a tree. You think it goes up like a tree. O. This one's just your o. You know, not an English o. O. It's more like o. This one is all. You could think of it kind of like although it's not but it's all. It's this sound. Oh, open your lips. So this one is your lips are doing this. There's your teeth and your tongue. And this one, it's the same thing. It's the o sound, but now your lips are wider. That's the difference. So between oh. That's pretty much it. And then if you practice it, you'll get good at exactly how to do it. But they're similar as far as that goes. Let's see. Korean sentence will always end in verb, adjective, or either. Not always, no. You can have sentences that just end in a noun if that's what you want to emphasize at the end. But typically, yes, you will not just have a sentence end in. And if you end a sentence with a noun, it doesn't mean ida. Then it means there's no ida. So if you wanted to say like, I am Charsu, 나는 Charsu, it could be okay. And me, I'm Charsu, like that. But there is no I am, meaning there is no M or is or are. There is no ida without that. So from context, it could be okay. Like someone asks your age and you can reply. Normally, I would be, in Korean, I think I'm 34. 34살. You normally say 34살이요. Or 86. Yeah, or something, whatever like that. You want to say, however you want to say your age. You could just, if you're in a casual situation, you could just say 24 or 86 if you have the context for that. You don't have to have 이에요 or 이요 or 입니다 or anything like that. Or 이야. So you can get away with it, but I wouldn't teach that. You should do that because without context, it sounds really wrong. But in context, it sounds like casual. Like it's definitely slangy, but it sounds okay and casual with context. You're moving to Busan. Great. Any tip where I should start with her teaching Korean? Same thing as anything. You don't want to go into the dialect right away. You just want to start with the same stuff. So the alphabet. Beatriz. Someone said, wait. Oh, Hyunwoo. Hey, Hyunwoo. I saw someone said, I didn't even see his name there. I just saw someone else said, Hyunwoo 선생님 안녕하세요. And I'm like, what? And I looked up. I didn't know we can make Billy dance through donations. Yeah, that's you're not supposed to see that. Okay, 존댓말. Reasons why Koreans often end their sentences with 고. Yeah, I've talked about that before. I did a live stream where I talked about the 고 sentence connector. It has a lot of purposes, so you might see like 하고요 or 하고 at the end of a sentence. Like, or 이고, like I am, and it's just softener. It makes your sentence sound like it's not finished, but by doing that, it just softens your sentence. So, but it's more of it's not a formal way to soften your sentence. So it has a yo at the end, so it's polite. It's not going to be rude if you add the yo at the end, but it's not a very formal way to do it. So with casual conversation, you're okay. With people you're kind of close with and friendly with, it's okay. And then with your friends, cool, like that. So you want to make a statement, but you kind of want to sound soft about it. You don't want to like say, it is that way. Well, you know, it is, and yeah, you know, kind of like that. Well, you know, I'm that. Okay, and, well, there is no and, you're just ending the sentence, but by doing so, you're making it sound a little bit softer in Korean. So you might see that. Like I said, we're not going in depth on anything. I apologize. I don't have time to do any in-depth lesson for today, nor do I have a prepared lesson for today. Yeah, I think I applied for classroom lessons at Korean school close to me. I hope it will make me more confident in speaking. Oh, that'd be really great. Yeah, it definitely will. Classrooms will, regardless of how you feel about classrooms. You know, some people say they're too slow or they're too expensive or you don't need that. But no, I think classroom opportunity is great for getting practice. At least for speaking practice, it's great. You have an opportunity to use that Korean with other people. The teacher will force you to do projects that make you learn Korean. I already saw it. I can't unsee it now. Yes. So, 파 버려서. So here we have the 버리다 ending, which I've taught about before, adding some sort of, here it's a negative emotion. So like, I've unfortunately already seen it now. In my head, it will not get erased, or I cannot erase it from my head now. So I can't unsee it. Yes, what is seen is seen. And unfortunately, he saw me dab. So yeah, it's no more Talk to Me Korean collabs. Nothing. It's all over now. I know. 안녕하세요 is more cute. 안녕하세요 is more cute version than 안녕하세요. Okay. Yes. That's a little bit more of a girly-ish expression. I'll say that. Like that's kind of how it's perceived when you use the y'all instead of yo for the N. But yeah, I've used it myself sometimes just to be funny. Oh yes, Beatriz asked, any tips on pronouncing the double and the strong? Okay, yeah, sure. To do it, we'll add in a vowel. So we'll just add the vowel. So we have ga, ga. I think just trying to pronounce this by itself makes it harder than learning it inside of a word. So I like this word, although you can pick any word you want. Let's just use aga. I wrote this really weird because I was like writing it backwards. Aga. So it's just regular. Aga, put together. Aga. Aga. This is the pause. So this is that. What you're doing is you're actually just tensing your mouth, but you can hear it as a pause, although you don't have to really pause. If it helps you though, I recommend trying it out by pausing. So ka. Now pause it. Ka. So we have a pause now. Try to stress your throat a little bit when you say it. Ga. Do it a little bit over stress it, I should say. Try by over stressing this just so you can get a feel for how that stress would work. Ga. This is way over stressed. No one would say ga like that. Ga. Just to get the feeling of how you're doing it. You're not yelling it. You're not saying ka. You're not saying ga. You're not yelling it. You're just ga, like stressing it. Like maybe someone's like choking you and you can't breathe. So you're like ga. That's the stress that you make when you say this. So this sound here is just a stressed version of it. Whereas this one is more just like a K. It's straight up ka. Ka. Although this wouldn't really be a word unless you're speaking English. I bought a ka from the... Okay, I don't know. That's a bit racist, maybe. Sorry. That would be like, your traditional older Korean who can't speak English but uses Konglish to speak English. Okay, there we go. Ka. This one's just pretty straightforward. It's strong. Ka. Lots of air comes out. This would be the one that you have to tense. And this one's the hardest one to make, I think. This one I had a lot of difficulty. Well, all of these. I had a difficult time trying to make these. Yeah, I think I wrote that one. 2, 4. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, yeah. I was like, I feel like I'm missing one. I only wrote 4. Okay. Yeah, all of these I had a really hard time because I didn't understand that, like, ga. That kind of feeling, akka. that's the feeling that tense that you have to make it yourself, and it doesn't exist in English so much. There are some cases where we do this type of thing in English, but it's not a lot. And I think I went over this when I taught the sound change rules lesson, but you can check that out. But yeah. Sorry, no, I'm trying to... Oh, Chris! Chris, I didn't even see it. Apologies. Oh, I know why I didn't see it. Because the stickers don't activate the board properly. Okay, Chris. Let's do a little one. Okay, here we go. For Chris's donation. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah, ga sounds more like in the back of the throat. Ga, ka, ga. A little bit, yeah, it is a little bit more deeper, but it's that kind of feeling that something's stressing your throat. Beatriz. Oh God, now it's gonna be like dancing everywhere. I hope this doesn't just turn into a dance stream, guys. I want to answer some questions here. Beatriz. I wrote Beatrix with an X. Let's see. Okay. Beatriz. Is it Beatrice or Beatriz? And is that are those different names, Beatrice and Beatriz? Or is it the same name in a different language? I don't know. I'm asking because without revealing too much about my personal life, my grandma's name, my grandma from Mexico City, was named Beatrice. So I'm just curious if it's the same name or not. Yeah, thank you, Beatrice. Okay. It's okay. I will do stupid things for money. All right, thank you. Yeah, this is a dance stream now. Nice dance. Oh God, don't. Hyunwoo can actually dance. It's not Q&A live, it's dancing live, yes. Uju, thank you, Uju. My good friend Uju. Billy is... I hear this K-drama, 너네. Okay. I don't really have time to do a full lesson. 네. You can hear this after pronouns, and it's for collective ownership of something. But I'd want to go into a better lesson on this. I don't want to explain this in 1 minute and destroy it. I'd rather do this in a full lesson. So let me write this down here, and I'll check. Maybe I can make a lesson about that, or see if there already is a lesson about that. But please ask that again in the Discord, and I'll send you some information, whether I will make a video or there's already a video about it, because I don't want to, what's the word? I want to do it justice if I teach an actual legitimate concept like that during a live stream. Because this is not a teaching live stream today. It's just like quick question live stream. But it would be for yours. Like your guys' is the kind of thing like that. Yours of something collectively owned. I don't think it's different, but your pronunciation is completely different. Haha, it's okay. Triz. Okay. Billy, I checked other YouTube channels teaching Korean. Many grammar parts you consider beginner. They categorize a part at higher intermediate level. Yeah, it's the reason is there are no official levels unless you're looking at like what is the TOPIK classify as different levels, or maybe the government's Korean test, or there's a few different Korean tests out there you can take. I know the Justice Department I think has. Oh wait, what am I thinking? Okay, Justice Department, DOJ. Yeah, Department of Justice has their own Korean test as well. Hyunwoo, come on. You don't gotta. Okay, now I gotta buy you lunch. Pay you back. I don't know if he wants to see me dance. I don't understand his motivations. Hold on, let me check here. Yes, Tiffany, stay my dear real quick. there are lots of different levels, so everyone will classify it differently, and that's okay. But there is no like, oh, this is only beginner, this is only intermediate, like that. It's kind of fluid, so some people will see things as different levels, and that's fine. All right, Keanu, I'm going to dance for you. Okay, we got to get the dabs going. Let's get the disco party going. Oh no, another donation. Chris Wright. Chris Wright. Oh, I feel. Why did I start my stream today? Why did I do this? I didn't come here to dance. I was hoping for questions like, Billy, what's your favorite ramen? What's your favorite ramen? And, you know, what your favorite Korean TV show? And all that stuff. I wasn't expecting this. Chris White. Oh, how would I dress a stranger in Korean? I want to see you dance. Oh, God. No. Please don't. Okay, I think Hyonu's trying to say you better hurry up and stop your stream. Really. How would I dress a stranger? Well, really quick, because I did a lesson. Actually, I did a full live stream about this topic. How to say you in Korean. And you know, there's also some good videos that talk to me in Korean. Have you heard about Talk to Me in Korean, guys? You probably subscribed to them before you subscribed to me. Anyway, yeah, they have a video about it. I think they have multiple videos about it also. Like, they have one about using 당신, or how to just, and another one about how to say you in general. So search that. If you want to stay on my channel, also, I have videos. I have like 3 videos about how to say you, including a full live stream and an abridged version of the live stream. Yeah, so I cannot answer that question in 5 seconds. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to say, I already taught it, and it's a huge topic. This is like a huge can of worms. You don't even know what kind of giant topic you've just opened by asking that. But yeah, typically older people, yeah, okay, it's really hard to answer in 1 second. I'm sorry. But if you just want a really quick way, you can say you. It's not the best word. 그쪽, literally that way, like you. You this way, you. Well, how about you? Kind of like that meaning, but it's not very personal. So don't use it if you can. But check out that video, because there's a lot of better options you can use for addressing a stranger or addressing people that you know. I wasn't trying to get you to plug our channel. Sure. Let me read Hyunu's message he wrote here in the donation. Hyunu-san, Billy, make sure to advertise. Talk to me in Korean. We have a new website. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Hyunu, Talk to Me in Korean has a new website. You should check it out, because I'm on there too. There's lots of other cool lessons, but really there is an awesome series. There's a video series called Common Mistakes Korean Learners Make, and it stars yours truly. So definitely go check that out. Subscribe to there, and they have like a premium membership which gets you all the content. Yeah, they just launched it. And this advertisement was brought to you by the donation. Gnomes. Beatrice. I should. Oh wait, let me switch my pens again. Oh my gosh. Okay, well I'm not gonna dance for small donations, or else I would only be dancing today and nonstop. But Beatrice, let's see what Beatrice wrote. Beatrice just sent me an emoticon. Hey you. Hey you. Thank you, Beatrice. I'll still give you a dab. Every donation can get a dab. Let me see if I missed any. Oh yeah, I could do one for the others as well. Okay. And Chris as well. Yep. I think I missed that dab before. I love the new site. Yeah, it's much nicer. This video today is sponsored by Talk to Me in Korean. Everyone. Sponsored by Talk to Me in Korean and Raid Shadow Legends, right? I didn't know that Ibur Kick could be used that way. I know this is a BTS song. Okay, I should probably stop those soon. I'm not doing like a full lesson today. I don't want people to think I'm doing a lesson. I was just doing quick Q&A. I'm going to go just 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to stop for today, okay? I'll send you the... Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'll stop bullying Papa Moch. I'm not sure. I will not dance for small donations. What kind of recommendations do you have for advanced TOPIK 2 study other than just taking practice tests? Yeah, that's a good question. I know there's some new I don't know what I can say. There will be some more TOPIK practice material coming out soon. I won't talk about that. I'm not making it. I'll just say that. Sorry, I'm coughing because I might have to explain this. I have sinusitis, which causes me to cough a lot. I'm not sick, in case anyone's curious. Yeah, for TOPIK materials, it's not just practice tests. Let's see. Is this one? Nah, this isn't the one. Okay. Yeah, like you can buy books. Like this book is outdated now. This was from probably like 2014 or something like that. You can buy books that have kind of like explanations along with practice tests. Like so it's like practice problems along with like explanations of stuff. You can't really see it very well on camera, but there are books like these you can get. They come with like CD for listening practice. You can also practice with the test. That's good too. But eventually you have to learn how to take the tests, and there's types of problems you'll see all the time. So these types of books are better than just practice tests, I think. But you need both. And fortunately, practice tests you can get for free on on TOPIK's website, but books for learning how to take it and tips for it and like explanations for problems, those you'll have to purchase. There's nothing out there free online that I know of. Okay. Just again, I'm stopping in just 4 more minutes or 3 minutes or so. Well, yeah, it would be slang if you're using any sort of casual verb ending. In that case, do. Yeah, it would be rude if you don't know them. But typically just memes and jokes like that would be fine if you're close with the friend. But if you're not in a close relationship, like I mean that by that is like you're on a first name basis and you can just hang out with them. Otherwise, you kind of have to be careful about using casual speech because it can come across as rude, even if you're talking with a friend who's their friend, but they're a bit older than you. If you're not very close and you're not using casual speech with each other, it could be rude to use any sort of like slang expressions like that, especially unless you're like quoting them within something, in which case it's okay. Like, hey, did you hear the meme? Such and such, like that. Then that's okay. Please define small note. I'm not going to because someone's going to do right above the limit that I'm thinking and make me dance. So no, we're not talking about it. And I know it's only 3 minutes left, so there's no more time for donations. But I really thank you guys. James, Chris, Beatrice, Hyunu, Mr. Hyunu, and for your donations. I'll check the PDF version and talk to me in Korean. Good supporting material for my classes. Nice. Will you ever start from the beginning of Korean lessons for new beginners? Maybe. I have the Common Mistakes books and sign for premium members. Nice. Yeah, I have the Common Mistakes books too. In fact, I have too many of them. When I finished, so we wrote this together with Talk to Me in Korean. So I wrote these and then I'm like, yeah, Hyunu, just send me like 1 book so I can give one to my mom. And he sent me like 6. Like, how rude. So I have so many of these extra books. But yeah, I like the book too. I think it's pretty cool. If I was learning Korean today, I would probably pick one up as well, just because a lot of it is the stuff I messed up. So it's actually my own personal experiences. Pen. I don't know how much is 2 pen. Alan MC for the 2 pen. Studying 2 hours a day, how can I divide that time the best? At least 30 minutes a day. At least 30 minutes of that, I would say grammar. Maybe 30 minutes for reviewing vocabulary, and then the rest of that for practicing. So you really need a lot of practice. So speaking it, listening to it, an hour maybe with a tutor, or an hour maybe talking in Korean with a friend. And then on top of that, 2 hours throughout the day, if you can, some more exposure by watching like TV shows or something else like that. Just more exposure to the language. That's what I would do anyway. Okay. What? tosaram. No, you don't want to use, okay, I'll say that. You don't want to use haram to a person you're not close with, it means person, of course. But if you're saying 그 사람 or 저 사람 like that, or 이 사람, especially 이 사람. This is rude. Literally, you're saying that person, but the way it sounds to a Korean, if you're not close with them, is like that little jerk over there, or that dude. Maybe it's kind of like saying like that dude. It's not polite at all. You want to use 분. So you can say 그 분, like that. 분 is person. It means the same thing as 사람, but it's an honorific noun. So use 분 if you have to. Don't use 그 사람 or 저 사람 or 이 사람 unless you just kind of want to talk down to them. In fact, 이 사람 is used often as a way to say like, I can't believe you. Like, look at this weirdo here. Look at this guy here. Like, 이 사람. Like, then you'd say something about them. Like, I can't believe this person would do something. But anyway, so yeah, don't use 그 사람 with someone you don't know, especially not to their face. 분 is better than 사람 for strangers or people you're not close with. Okay, I'm gonna stop right now. Let's see. Send you the rest of the... Oh, yes. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming. And yeah, this was just a fun little short stream. And I'll see you guys next week. We'll have a regular lesson. So tomorrow, pay attention for the live vote, which you'll see pop up on my channel. Make sure to vote. Everyone make sure to vote. Just in general, everyone should vote. And yeah, definitely vote on my channel. You can pick the topic. There will be 4 brand new topics we have suggested by members. Thank you for coming. And again, thank you for the donations. And I'll see you guys again next time. Karam Taume Duba. Okay, see you guys. Okay.